Okay, good afternoon. Today we are going to look at information at cyber security issues. I know it might be an interesting topic for you. Those who are talking, can you please mute your mics? There are some girls there who are talking. I don't know what they are talking. Okay. You can see that picture there. I just want about 2-3 people. You can unmute. If you're ready to talk, you unmute. After you mute your mic. So what you are seeing in the picture there, just want 2-3 people tell us what they are seeing in the picture there. If that picture is making some sense to you, just unmute and tell us what comes to your mind from that picture. If you can even put in the chat room. You can unmute or you can put in the chat room and you tell us what comes to your mind. Are people there? Adong, Karen, what comes to your mind? Adong. Is Adong there? Kathy, are you there? Catherine?
Yes, sir.
What comes to your mind? Can you tell us when you see that picture? I'm seeing people in chat room here, they are typing, but you, Kathy, you tell us. Someone is saying a virus, another is saying hacking, another on a hacker.
Thank you. The hacker.
What can you tell from that picture?
Hacking.
Nothing.
She's hacking.
Hmm?
Hacking.
Hacking.
Pastor, for me, what I'm thinking, this person is coding something.
It's coding something.
Yeah.
But why should a person who's coding, why should a person cover the head and even look the other side? He doesn't want his face to be seen.
He's coding something illegal.
So the person is even covering his head. He doesn't want to be
illegal.
Hmm?
He's doing something illegal. What he's doing is not allowed, and he has to cover up for his identity.
So he's covering up his identity, right?
Yeah.
Meaning what he's doing is not good.
Yeah.
And when he's on the computer, right? He's not entering a room, he's not entering a supermarket, right? But he's rightly seated on the computer, but he's hiding his identity.
Yes.
So this person is on the computer and is hiding his identity. Automatically, we can tell that what probably this person is doing is unethical, is not good, okay? And probably this person is trying to access some data illegally. Okay? He's trying to access some data illegally. He doesn't want anyone to know that he's the one who did it. The other last lecture, we looked at computer networks. And we said computer networks are an international connection of computers over the internet, over the world. And we said the major point in networking is sharing resources, which includes sharing of data. So as we share resources over the internet, as we share data over the internet, there are some criminal people who are maliciously coming to do harm. As you know, a society, when it has very few people, those few people will be doing good. But the more a society gets more people, then even wrong people come in. Just look at Nkumba there. Not all people come at Nkumba students. Some come when they are thieves. Some have come to steal laptops. Others have come to steal phones. Others have come to steal cars. But they all look to be students who have come to the university, or staff of the university. But you never know their intentions. So we are saying, even over the internet, over the network, not everybody who connects on the internet, not everybody who connects on the network has a good intention. So such people like one we see in the picture, they are there. And this is the reason why we need this topic, which is called cyber security. Okay. So to understand, our major objective is to understand the significance of cyber security in modern digital world. As usual, this lecture is recorded and I will upload it on the YouTube channel. When you get there, please don't just view and go. You subscribe. You subscribe so that you can get more lectures. In case you miss a lecture, if you have subscribed, automatically you get a notification that a new lecture has come up. Or if I put more content, if you have subscribed, you'll have a notification. So cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting computer systems. When you look at this upper picture here, you can see a padlock. And a padlock represents security. A padlock represents protection. I'm sure all of you, when you're going away from your hostels, from your homes, you make sure you lock the door with a padlock. And after locking it, or even your car, we all lock. After locking with a padlock, then you are sure that security is safe. So cybersecurity is practice of protecting computer systems, networks, and data from theft, damage, or unauthorized access. So by locking your door, you are protecting your property from unauthorized access. You are protecting it from thieves or from other people may damage it. But when you look at the picture below, the picture below shows that however much you are protected with a padlock, still people can come and break that padlock. How many cars have been locked, but when the owner comes back, he finds the car open? How many houses have been locked? By the time you come back, the house is open and the property is taken. So it means even over the internet, we can protect, but as we saw in the other first picture there, the other guy is one of those people who are ready to break that padlock. He's trying to break into a system. That's why he's even hiding his identity. He's trying to break into a system so that he can steal some data there. So in an increasingly digital and interconnected world, cybersecurity has become a critical concern because of the many wrongdoers. So cybersecurity is now a very critical concern. importance of cybersecurity. One is protecting data. So cybersecurity safeguards sensitive and confidential data from breaches. That is our first point. We have to protect our data. Just imagine at Nkumba University there, we have the student marks. If a student got a retake and he has access to the system, don't you think that student will be able to remove the retake and gives himself an 80? So we need to put protection measures such that this student who has got a retake cannot access the system to change the marks. It could not be a student. It can be a lecturer who is a brother or a sister to one of the students. And this lecturer, after knowing that his brother, his sister, his friend got a retake in a certain course unit, possibly which he does not teach, this lecturer can access the system and update the marks of even a course unit he does not teach, and removes the retake. So in such a way, we have to protect that data. Okay? So if you don't protect the data, data can be tampered with at any moment. And this can cause financial losses. So another importance of cybersecurity is to prevent the financial losses. You can imagine the bank, if anyone can update his or her account and adds money, how many losses the bank can make. So when we put cybersecurity, we can prevent financial losses, especially on organizations. There's someone who has just logged in but is making noise for us. Let me first mute that person. Okay. Then maintenance of trust. Maintenance of trust. So cybersecurity preserves trust among users and customers by ensuring the security and privacy of the information. Now, you can imagine the TASO, if you people, you know TASO. TASO gets a lot of people's records concerning those people who are sick of HIV. TASO has a lot of records. Now, if TASO is not careful with those records, there are some people who don't want to be known that they are HIV positive. Now, if TASO is not careful, if it has no security measures over that information, anyone can just go and pick that information and use it the wrong way and says, oh, so and so is sick, so and so is sick. Now, if people know that when TASO knows them, then everybody is going to know them. Do you think people are going to go back to TASO to test? Because they are scared, there's no trust. You see? So we are saying cybersecurity brings that trust among the users. You see, some of you fear to put your money on mobile money because they are hackers. You say, if I put my money, they will steal it. I'd rather put my money under the pillow. Some even fear to put it in the bank. But when you know that security is there, you have that trust, and you can put your money on the phone, knowing no one can remove it. You can put your money in the bank, knowing nobody can remove it. Then you have national security. National security. Cyber security is vital for national security, as cyber attacks can target critical information infrastructure of government systems. Linus, what's wrong with you? I mute you, then you unmute yourself and you start making noise for us. Linus, please Don't unmute yourself. Okay. So any government, governments deal with a lot of IT things. They have a lot of data, security data, information. So they also need cyber security to safeguard this data. Some of you have seen films and you have seen how governments have lost data due to wrong people. So we have different types of cyber attacks. So these crimes, we can group them differently, depending on the motive of the person and depending on the form. We depend on the form and the motive. And then also the financial gain and disruption that it causes after it has happened. So the common types of cyber attacks, the common types, one, we have what we call the malware. Now, malware, these are simple softwares which are designed to destruct your computers, to damage files on the computers, to eat your files. Sometimes you have created a file on a computer. By the time you come back, the file is corrupt. You can't open it. Or even it doesn't appear. Some of you have flash disks. You put work on the flash, but when you put it to the computer, the flash shows you that it is full, but you don't see any work on it. So we have those small programs which you call malware. They are responsible for that. That's what they do. Then we have phishing. Phishing, when you say phishing, it's not the FI, the fish we eat, no. This is phishing, PHI. So sometimes you get emails in your mailboxes, and an email probably looks to be from a person you know, maybe a relative, maybe your boss at work, maybe your girlfriend, your boyfriend. And sometimes these emails have catching statements, the head. So this is just a trick for you to reveal your personal information. Phishing also happens these days on WhatsApp, where they give you, click on this link. MTN is giving out free data. You click on send to 5 more groups to win the data. Click on this to win the data. So be careful of such links. The moment you click on it, there is a code in the background which you are not aware. And that code is going to capture the information. If you have ever used your phone to access your bank, there are some cookies that the phone saves. Or if you have ever used your browser to access your bank, the browser saves cookies in the cache. So these hackers, they access the cache or the cookies, and then they are able to get your details. Tomorrow you visit your bank, there's no money in the bank. The problem is you clicked a link to get free data. Just know free things are not free as you see them. So that is called phishing. Using deceptive means to hide identity. I pretend as if I'm so and so, as if your boss at your workplace has sent you an email, but yet the moment you click, there's a code which is going to steal your data. Then denial of service attacks. Sometimes you have visited websites and you are told a page is not available. So you are denied a service. Like you go to an ATM machine and they say service is not available. That is denial of service. So there are some codes sometimes which they create to deny customer service. Say, MTN can be hacked and someone goes to a server for MTN and it blocks all calls. So whoever calls, they say service not available, service not available. But even MTN may not be aware that a hacker did it. So someone can make the network unavailable. And that one we call denial of service. So you are denied the service. And usually denial of service results into a ransomware. Ransomware, someone hides your data or encrypts it and demands you to give in money such that he can put back the service. Like someone can break down your website, or someone can hack into your website and put there pornography. When people come to visit your website, they see pornography. They don't see the content which you put. And what the hacker is going to tell you, if you want me to restore your website, your content, give me this amount of money. MTN, if they have blocked your service, they can say, if you want us to put back your service, give us this money. You can match how much money a person can ask from MTN. Restore. So that is called ransomware. Someone denies your service or someone encrypts your data and requests you to give some amount of money so that he can return the service. Then we have social engineering. So at times, these IT staffs are the people who are manipulated. So sometimes we think they are hackers who come and steal data in organizations. And sometimes we think that these are IT guys who are very clever, okay? We think they are IT guys who are very clever, they studied a lot of coding and so on. No. Sometimes the hackers are our fellow workers. Someone comes with a flash and steals an organization data. So what this one happens, such individuals are being manipulated to disclose confidential information. If we bring it in our daily life, you can be with a friend and you tell this friend a secret, and you tell this friend never tell anyone this secret. So when this friend goes out with the other people and takes a few bottles of beer, then he starts telling out your secret. Then for you wonder where it came, you say, so and so cannot say anything. Sometimes even people are given money. So social engineering, they are these IT guys. People come and give them money into an organization, say in a bank. Someone can go to the bank and give someone money and says, if you give me access to such and such an account, I'm giving you such and such amount of money. If you give me access to all the data of the people working who bank with this bank, so for you to think an hacker entered into your system, but actually it is your fellow worker who did it. So that is called social engineering. Then the consequences of cyber attacks. So the first consequence is the financial losses. Many organizations have lost money and they are paid heavily. They are paid heavily due to cyber attacks, due to viruses. Even you, when your laptop gets a virus, you are going to spend some money to remove that virus. When your laptop, the data has been eaten by a virus, you are going to spend a lot of money to recover that data. That is where the financial loss. Those organizations you see like the banks, if you search on the internet and you search for financial losses due to cyber attacks in banks, you are going to see that banks are the most ones which lose a lot of money due to cyber attacks. People hack into the bank and they steal someone's money. The bank has to repay the money. And not only to repay the money, the bank has to find ways of closing that gap. So all that is spending money. Then we have reputational damage. Reputation damage, this one means the organization, the name of the organization also gets a damage. Can you imagine? If you have an account in Centenary Bank, and tomorrow you wake up when your money has been stolen. I remember a case one time in a newspaper, I don't know, was it Equity Bank, which was losing people's money were getting lost. You remember what was in a newspaper? Everybody was saying that bank, don't put here your money, remove your money, that bank. So the name of the bank is spoiled, is damaged. Okay? Reputational damage. Then legal and regulatory consequences. So what happens? Someone hacks into the bank, he steals your money, then for you are going to take the bank to court. You are going to take the bank to police. So then legal issues come in, and the bank will find itself into court. But maybe actually the bank was not even aware of who stole the money. Okay? Then national security threats. Many governments have landed into issues. You can imagine if someone came to know the secrets of the State House, if someone came to access all the documents in the State House, all the documents in the Parliament, if someone comes to access them, don't you think that our country can be at risk? Now, due to these consequences and due to the criminals that we have and the consequences that come with it, so the computer society has put into place laws and regulations that can help to put down such attacks. So many countries have enacted cybersecurity laws and regulations to protect individuals and organizations. An example we can give is the Computer Misuse Act by the government of Uganda. You can go to Google and search about the Computer Misuse Act for the government of Uganda. Those of Sudan, South Sudan, I'm sure also South Sudan has it. You can look for it and read it. See what this one is saying. Many of us are using these computers. We are using WhatsApp, but the wrong way. Did you know that to put a profile picture of your child is a crime unless your child has accepted you to do so? You have to get permission from your child. But many of you just put pictures of your children. You don't get permission. Do you know that you put a picture or a spouse of your friend on your status is also a crime and someone can take you to court? It's not allowed. So Computer Misuse Act. Many of us put you go to a party, you take pictures with 10 or in a group and you put on your status for everybody to see. According to the Computer Misuse Act, every person in that photo you have to seek consent for every person who appears in that photo to allow you put them on your status. Otherwise, people can sue you in court. So I hope from this lecture, people will know what the law now says. You can go and read about the Computer Misuse Act for the government of Uganda. Then we have the General Data Protection Regulation. That is in the European Union Act. We have also the 10 Commandments of Computing. 10 Commandments of Computing. Go to Google and Google the 10 Commandments of Computing. Read and understand what each commandment says. There's one commandment which I like very most. That one which refuses people to use other people's phones, to check other people's messages on WhatsApp and so on. But ladies don't know that commandment. But I hope the ladies in this class will read and understand that commandment and help other ladies to know it. Okay, I have grouped the common security threats. I have summarized them there as we have seen them. The malware, we are saying malware is concerned about viruses, worms, trojans, and spyware. So you should know the difference between a virus, a worm, a trojan, and a spyware. They are different things. Then you should know how they spread and how they impact, what impact they cause after spreading. I know at the end of the semester, people are going to ask me for study areas. Already I'm giving you the study areas. So if you are to read about malware, know what is a virus, worms, trojans, and spyware. How they are spread and their impact. Then phishing, we have talked of emails and websites whereby people pretend to be so and so, yet they are not. Then how to avoid them. We have talked of not clicking those links which we are not sure of. Don't open an email which you are not sure of. Okay? If you think your boss, if you're not sure whether your boss sent you an email, you can call him and say, have you sent me any email? If he says yes, then you can go ahead to open. If he says no, don't go ahead to open. Ransomware, it encrypts files. Then we have social engineering. Also read about it. Then basic security practices. So some of the practices which we do in security. One, strong passwords. When you are creating a password to your email, don't put things like just your phone number, which a person can easily guess. You know, people are not, the people you call hackers, anyone can be a hacker. So the people you call hackers, these are the people you are with daily. I can give you an example. Some of you have cars. When you take a car to the washing bay, you leave your key with these guys, they can have it. And these guys can take your key. To duplicate that key takes less than 5 minutes. So for you leave your car there the full day, you leave the key. These guys have machines there which can instantly duplicate these keys. Then they start following your car. The day you park it somewhere, they just come with the exact key and they open and they go. And then you say thieves are clever, they have master keys. They have master keys for the cars and so on. No, it is you give them the key. So even the passwords, some of you create easy passwords like your phone number, your girlfriend's name, your boyfriend's name, your mother's name, your father's name. So when a person comes, he's going to first guess with your phone number. If your phone number refuses, he puts your date of birth. If your date of birth refuses, he puts your girlfriend's name. Because these people go around you, they know whatever concerns you. Then he's going to try your father's name. And luckily enough, your father's name opens. And the person is in there. And you're going to say, this guy studied IT. He can crack in any email. No, he's just an ordinary person. So when you're creating a password, make a password strong enough. Okay? You can go on the internet and you search how to create strong passwords. They will show you how to create strong passwords. And sometimes at your workplaces, you can be at home and a colleague calls you. He says, we want to pick something from your email. Can you please give us your password or your computer? We need something on your computer. Give us your password. Be careful. This colleague of yours is going to access it today with a good intention, But tomorrow is not going to be your colleague, it's going to be your enemy. You know how life goes. Today who's your friend, tomorrow is not your friend. So tomorrow is going to be your enemy, that colleague of yours. And it's the same person who's going to come and sit on your computer, put in your password and misuses it. Or even is going to give it to someone else. Those of you who work in accounts, money, you know money is a difficult thing. Even your manager can be a problem. Your manager can ask for your password with an intention to do something wrong, which is not going to tell you. He's going to pretend as if what he needs it is good. So usually, if someone wants to access your email, have some small data and you say, let me forward you the email. Instead of giving that person a password, you say, okay, which email do you need? Let me forward it to you. You log in your email and forward the email to that person instead of giving in your password. Or if you have given in your password, make sure the following day you change your password because you don't know what is going to become of that person after 3 days. The bad people don't show themselves instantly. So that brings me to a practice of changing passwords. Actually, every month you'd be able to change your password. You'd be like those men who change their passwords of their phones every day. There are some men who change every day, but I know they are not on this lecture now. But there are some men, every day their password of the phone has to change. Some even every hour they change. Before he gets home, he has to make sure he changes such that the woman does not check it at night when he's sleeping. Then we have a two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication, some of you have used it, but you never knew the term. For example, when you're trying to access, if usually you access your Google account on your phone, the moment you go on your laptop to access it, Google is going to tell you an unusual login is seen. So Google will send a message on your phone to accept that, yes, it is me. So if it is not you, you can cancel. That's called a two-factor authentication. So we take a second route. Some of you, the doors at home, your doors have a burglar proof inside. When you open the first door, it's not enough. You have to open also the second door inside. That is a two-factor authentication. Then regular software updates. Now, some of you disable updates on your laptops because they eat data. So these laptops, these updates eat a lot of data. Every data you put, it goes. It's for your own security, please. You would rather spend on data than spending on losing information. So always allow your laptops, allow your phones to update. Usually Microsoft is going to notify you when there's an update, but the best practice is leave it to update automatically. In a way, you are going to safeguard your computer. Then we have firewalls and antivirus. A firewall is like a gatekeeper who stands between the internet or the network and your computer. So a firewall is a small software on your computer that allows, which is going to first check whatever is coming to your computer, whether it is authentic, whether it is good, it has no viruses. If it thinks what is coming has a problem, it will block it. Just like at our homes, we have gatekeepers, we have gates. A gatekeeper is that firewall. It determines who should come in and who should not. If the gatekeeper refuses you, you cannot enter. If he allows you in, then you can enter. So a firewall works like a gatekeeper. Then antivirus software. Antivirus can also protect your computer or your phone from viruses. Those of you who have now Windows 11, it automatically comes with a good antivirus, which is Windows Defender. So you don't need to buy extra antivirus. But those who have lower versions of Windows, you may have to buy some antivirus. So the role of firewalls and antivirus is to prevent malware attacks, the malware which we talked about. Firewalls and antivirus may not protect you from people, like the password. Password is going to protect you from users. Then two-factor will protect you from users. But firewalls help you to protect malware, trojans, worms, which come to your computer. Then data backup. It is a good practice to back up data on your computer. It's very, very good practice. Some people ignore it. So if you have sensitive data, back it up. And when you're backing up data, what do we mean by backing up? Backup means save another copy somewhere else. So for example, if you have a sensitive file on your laptop, this laptop can get spoiled at any time. This laptop can be stolen at any time. This laptop, the hard disk can fail at any time. So the best practice is have an external drive or have a flash and you put on that data. Now the mistake people do, he has an external drive or a flash where he puts his data, and this person puts the external drive exactly where the laptop is. Now when the thief comes, he's going to lift the entire bag. Now what will be the purpose of backing up? So the external is gone and the laptop is gone, so you have lost the data. So we are saying, when you are backing up, don't put the backup in the same location as the original. So if your laptop is in your bag, then don't put the external drive into the same bag. Put it somewhere else, such that when the bag is stolen, you have your files, you can get them back. Then we have the offsite and cloud backups. We have a topic on trends in computing. We shall talk about cloud services. So we shall look at how you can back up in the cloud. Then secure browsing. When you are on the internet, when you are using emails, so when you are browsing, always watch out at the beginning of the website name. If it has HTTP, better be careful with that website. It's most probably a website of hackers. But a secure website has HTTPS. So when you see S, it means it is secure, Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure. So that one, you can even put your bank details, but never put a bank details into a website which is just HTTP. Actually, when you look at those things, MTN is giving out free data. Click on this link. You said most of those links begin with HTTP. They don't have S. Because the S means buying a security certificate. And these hackers don't have time to go and buy those things because they don't want to spend money anyway. So they can't spend money buying a security certificate. So usually they have HTTP and they are not secure. So be cautious of that. Then email, again, we have already said don't open an email you don't know. And we have already said have a practice of changing passwords regularly. And when you're creating passwords, use strong passwords. Don't use passwords which are common. Again, you can avoid those people pretend to be your friends who sit near by you. They are pretending to give you a conversation, yet in the long run, they are copying your password. When you go away, they put in your password and they check. So usually, when you're putting in a password, make sure no one is seeing you. If a colleague is around, you tell him, please first go away. It may look rude, but it will save you a lot. Then we have what we call incident response. So for those of you who are in organizations and those of you who are thinking of becoming managers, IT managers, we have what we call incident response. So incident response is developing an incident response plan. So in case the data into the organization has been hacked into, what do you do first? In case your phone has been stolen, what do you do first? Okay. So if your phone is stolen, before even you cry, first think of calling MTN, calling Airtel to tell them to block your lines. Okay. Because today, I think these guys are now so swift. In a very few minutes, you have already lost the money. These guys will steal your phone. In very few minutes, your money is gone. By the time you call, the money is gone. Unfortunately, our MTN people, those of you who are online who are working in MTN and Airtel, advise those people. Someone's phone is stolen, you call customer care, the computer starts talking. It takes, then you want to report a phone. Now, by the time you get a solution, the money is already taken. 30 minutes. The computer is talking, tell you, press this, press one. They put on songs, do this, do this. But the phone is already taken and the other people are already moving the money. So we are saying when a problem arises, the moment you realize that your network has been hacked into, the first step is first disconnect from the internet. So those of you who are working in IT environments, who are going to work in IT environments, the moment you know your organization has been hacked into, before even you tell your bosses, first disconnect the internet. Then you can tell later on why you disconnected the internet. Sometimes you have seen the banks. You go to the bank, they say there's no network. Usually they have disconnected the network intentionally because they have seen there are some people who are trying to enter into their network. So they first disconnect and they first find a solution, then they connect back. So that you should have an incident response plan to hackers. Then after that, you do the reporting and mitigation. Okay. So I've given an example of the bank. The moment you disconnect for the entire internet, then you can report to the people. You said, I have disconnected because I've realized there are some people who are trying to penetrate our system. I have disconnected the server because I've realized there's someone who's trying to penetrate into the server through the internet. That's why I disconnected the internet. Then after you mitigate these incidences, you find solutions. After finding solutions, then you can connect back to the internet. That is what we call incident response. Okay. So all in all, what we are studying, we are looking at what we call the goal of information security. When you look at the picture we have there, we have three people at play. We have Alice, we have Bob, and we have Trudy. You can think of a phone call. Alice is calling Bob, and Bob is talking to Alice. They think their conversation is okay. But there's this guy, Trudy, is interested in their conversation. Along the way, he taps onto the network. So as Bob and Alice are communicating, they think they are only two online and they are talking. But Trudy is listening to whatever they are saying. So such people are there. And I'm sure some of you would like to be like Trudy, especially the women. When your husband is answering a certain phone call from another woman you are not sure of, you want to be like Trudy so that you can know what exactly they are talking. So our goal of information security is about confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That's the goal of information security. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So when we talk of confidentiality, we are looking at our data, our resources, which have been passed over the network, over the internet to be confidential. confidential in a way that only the authorized users can read this information, not everybody. And that one pushes us to put passwords, especially in the phones. Some people, especially when you go into marriages, people have been fighting over phones. Why do you put a password in your phone? Why do you lock your WhatsApp? The answer is there, confidentiality. You don't even need to ask me. I am putting a password because I want my phone is my phone, and whatever is there is confidential to me. But when I want you to read, when I want you to use it, I'll definitely give you my password. But maybe not, I'm not protecting it from you, but I'm protecting it from other people, maybe who might steal my phone. Okay? Then integrity. Integrity means this data or this information must reach the destination the way it is. It should not be changed. Should not be changed. Along the way, a hacker, like you saw Trudy there, along the way, he can tamper with this data and changes it. Have you ever sent someone somewhere to carry a message to another person? And by the time the person reaches, he has changed the message. He says something else. By the time you reach a person, what he's saying is not what you said. But along the way, the carrier of the information changed it to fit what he wants. So that's what now we call integrity. Integrity means this data must reach the final destination the way it is. If I write an email, this email must reach exactly the way I have written it. It should not change. Then availability, that means the data must be available to the authorized users at the right time. If I put my money in a bank, I want when I go and I put in my ATM, I'm able to get my money. And not instead the hacker gets the money, but me, the owner, get my money. So that is availability. So goals of information security is confidentiality, integrity, availability. Here we are just introducing ourselves. Those of you who are doing BEAST and those of you who are doing cyber security, you have a lot about these things in details. But here we are just passing on top of them. Okay. That is the end of the slide. Now I can open the group. I see Kathy, you're raising a hand. For those who have questions to ask, you are now free to ask. This is time for questions and discussions. You can unmute yourself and you ask, but after you mute back.
Okay, excuse me, sir. Wow, about the integrity. There is a time we're supposed to have an online meeting at our company. So I created a link. We were 7 people. But the message, the email reaching the colleagues, it had different times. I had scheduled it at 5 in the evening, but some received the message saying that the meeting is at 11 in the morning. Another person got the same message, but it was saying the meeting is at 1. Yet I wrote 5 in the evening. And some got that very information that the meeting was supposed to be at 5.
Okay, Kathy, now
What
the question.
could be the cause?
Now I will ask you some questions. The emails they received, all of them, were they from you or some emails
Yes.
were from different people?
They were all from me, and it was the same link.
Yes.
I shared one link.
Yeah, you know, it is easy. If you do copy and paste, it is easy to edit that link, okay? If you do copy and paste. But the issue is, could be, that's what we call, you think it is an hawker, but you know, at your workplaces, not all people want you to be in a position in which you are. Someone may know your password and uses that opportunity to send fake emails just to kill your name, okay? That is what we call repudiation. You remember we said to kill not only to kill the name of the organization, but also to kill the name of Kathy. And people say, this person, this lady, she's not serious. You see, this time she sent emails like this and this. So that's why we said be careful. Make sure you are the only person who uses your email by changing your passwords constantly. Okay? So most probably there's someone at your workplace who
Okay, but I
went into your
sent the
email.
message at night.
Yeah. If sending it at night, you mean other people can't enter into your email at night? If I receive the email from Kathy,
They can.
yeah, if I receive an email from Kathy, if I need to go to your, or immediately I go to your email address and I start using it. So the issue now will be in your sent folders. How many times was that email sent? So if the time you sent yourself, then maybe you are the virus yourself. Okay? I don't know if are you not content with
I
the
know.
answer?
I'm not.
Yeah, it is because those WhatsApp links, you can, the moment you do copy and paste, you can edit it before you send it. It is possible to edit it before you send it. Yes, any other question? Kathy is not satisfied. But you just learn how to change passwords to your email. You avoid such issues. Because the person who's going to edit that message will not tell you. Because even it doesn't want you to know. Okay? The person will not tell you. Okay, any other question? If there is no question, yes?
I wanted to ask you about this point about firewalls. Like when you turn on your firewalls on the computer, will it prevent you from downloading like other applications?
Yeah, definitely. When you are configuring a firewall, those who are IT people will know. When you're configuring a firewall, you tell it what to allow in and what to refuse. So, for example, you can say in my organization, I don't want people to access Facebook at such and such a time. So I go and I configure a firewall and I block Facebook, say from 10 to 5 p.m. So you said anyone who wants to access Facebook at that time, it will not open. Okay? So that's what a firewall does. It is you configure, you give access. At what time does a person access? You have seen in secondary schools where people have blocked a pornography. No pornography site can go through. You have seen where people have configured all other websites you can't access apart from Google. Okay? So that is what they do. They use the firewalls.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to learn more, you can come to my networking classes on Sundays. We do those things. If you are interested in learning them, you can come to my network classes on Sunday at 10. You learn how to configure. But here in this class, we just talk about them. We don't go into details.
It's all right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Okay, fine.
If questions are finished, then maybe we can say it is enough for today.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
But now let me say, if I delete all the information on my account, can someone still get the information on my email?
If you delete,
yes.
Now, every time you delete, you make sure you empty the recycle bin, okay? But if you delete and you don't empty the other side, the email is still there, the trash. So any email you delete goes to a trash. So the best thing after deleting, delete also the trash. Okay?
Yes, I'm not talking about the email I delete, the information in my account email.
Yeah, the information which you have deleted. That's what I'm saying. If when you delete that, usually information is an email, right? The information we're talking of is an email, right?
Yes.
So when you delete that email, it goes to a trash. So as long as it is in the trash, a person can get it. But when you delete it also from the trash, then it is gone, then the person cannot get it.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
Any other question? So this lecture is I have recorded it. And in case you have missed something, or in case you want to do revision, in case something was not explained clearly, you can go back and listen to it. As I told you in the beginning, don't forget to subscribe so that you can get more videos when they are uploaded. Maybe you might have missed a lecture, but you'll be notified when I upload a new one. I have put for you coursework. On the e-learning platform, and that coursework has a deadline of 15th October. So after 15th October, the system will not accept any more work. It will lock you off. So you make sure you work within that time. 15th October midnight, the system is going to cut you off. I have already recorded for you the video. Sorry?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
How do we submit in the coursework?
Unfortunately, I don't have a student account to show you, but where you download the coursework from, my dashboard is for the lecturer. I don't have a submission. Mine only allows me to view submitted work. But for you on your side, on your dashboard, where exactly the coursework is, they are put there a button which says add submission. Add submission. You'll see it near the coursework. There's add submission. So when you click on it, it is going to take you to navigate on your computer where your work is, and you are going to upload it. Has anyone got a student account so that he shares and we see? Then I direct you. No, this one is sharing a work. Please don't share your work. Log in, okay? Yes.
No, I'm not
Then,
sure.
yes, log in into the e-learning as a student. Go to e-learning.
The page.
Yes, go to e-learning. You search Nkumba University e-learning. Now the one who's sharing is, I don't know why. Okay, Nkumba University e-learning. Okay, you click on e-learning. Don't go to images. Go, you are in images, you leave the images.
I was not getting you clearly.
Okay. Now
but I want to
link.
help those out.
Yes, click the link. Yeah, you're on the right track now. Click the link. Okay, then you go to login. Have you logged in? Okay, click the login.
Is
Hope the rest are
refusing to
following.
open.
Login up. Okay, that is it. So it will ask you where you put your username and password. The same thing happens on the telephone. Someone is asking whether it can be done on the phone. The same thing happens on the phone. Okay? Then, are you registered on information technology or computer application? Are you already registered? The one sharing, hope you are registered. Your network is too slow. Okay, there it comes. Okay, now the assignment is there. I'm seeing assignment 1, right? So you click on assignment 1. Okay, so the button is there, add submission. Do you see that button? So after doing your work, you come back to the same place, right? Then you click on add submission. So we assume this person has finished and is ready to submit. Can you click on add submission? The same thing happens on the phone, right? So when you scroll down, don't go very fast. Up there's an icon which says files. Do you see files? Yeah, then you come to drag to drop, or you can click on files. So you click on files there. Where is this person now going? You click where is drag to drop. Okay, so when you click there, then it goes to upload a file. This one is upload a file. Upload a file. So when you reach there, then you go to choose file. Where there's attachment, choose file. Okay, so it takes you to your computer to look for the file. Eh? Those depends where you saved the file. Do you have any file saved somewhere? Do you have anything on desktop or my documents? Usually I advise people to save on the desktop because it's easy to locate. Eh? Okay, so you select a file which you want to upload. If it is a folder, it must be zipped. But if it is a file, then it is okay. A folder has to be zipped. If it's not zipped, it's not going to accept. Okay, just select any file down there. I'm seeing some files down. Okay, just select any file, then click open. So after it is going to bring the file name, then you are going to click upload. Now don't upload, otherwise it will go. If you upload, it will not allow you to upload your coursework. So that is the process. Eh? Okay. So the moment you click upload, I'll receive it and I'll be able to grade your mark. Okay. I hope people have understood the process.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Any other question?
Sir, can we get the notes on soft copy or hard copy?
I have already put all the notes on the e-learning platform. You can go back there, you'll see the notes. Can you share again your screen, please? The one what shared. Share your screen again and we'll show you where the notes are. Okay, so can you go to courses? Click on courses. Courses up. This are the home, then courses. Okay, then click on all courses. Okay, then come to this side where there's instructors. Then you look for Richard Kauma. Instructors, scroll and look for Richard Kauma among the instructors. Come to instructors, scroll until you see Richard Kauma. So there, so you click on Richard Kauma, then you click on filter. So then you look for information technology. If you are SBA, you go to SBA. If you are School of Computing, you go to School of Computing. So you click on view.
Which one are we viewing?
Information technology, School of Computing.
This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, click on view. So you have not yet enrolled, okay? So it can't allow you to view. So you have to click on enroll now so that it allows you to view. Click on enroll now. Enroll now. Okay, so it takes you down to enroll. Enroll me. Click on enroll me. Okay, so the moment you enroll, it automatically now you can scroll, you see the coursework is there. You scroll down. So the coursework is there, is the first one. Coursework, click to download. Then
Yes.
continue down, notes are there, lecture notes are there. No, continue down, scroll down. This one has gone to coursework now. But when you scroll down, the lecture notes are there. So the same process, you see the coursework is there. You click on the blue link to download the coursework. Then after doing the coursework, you come to add submission. Then you'll be able to submit, okay? Just close that and you go back and you see the notes. Close that. Just click on the X there to close. So you scroll down. So the lecture notes are there. I have put the notes for cyber security, which you have done today, they are there. Database management, they are there. Emerging trends, everything is there, okay? Even this lecture, which I have just concluded, last lecture, which we did online lecture, is there. This one for today also, I'm going to put it there, okay? I think that is it. Any other question? Thank you for sharing with us your screen. Any other question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
How about the first coursework you gave when we are still at campus?
That's a project work. It is coming at the end of the semester. And
Okay,
it earns you
there were
marks on the
two. There were two questions. That one about the project and the first question was not about the project.
This question was about what?
It was about networking. If I've not forgotten, it was about networking.
Now the challenge is these are mixed groups. There's SBA and School of Computing.
SBA. I'm SBA student.
You're SBA student.
Yes.
Okay. Now let us, since some people had not yet come, let us concentrate on just two. This one which I have put on the e-learning platform and the project work. Let us concentrate on two. The project work is part of the final exam.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
The project work is part of the final exam. And this one, which I put on the e-learning platform, is going to be the semester coursework. So since some people had not yet come, let us concentrate on these two. Is that clear? Any other question?
Yes. Thank you.
Someone is asking, can submission be done using a phone? Yes, as long as you can access your e-learning account using a phone. Okay, I think we have answered everything. Thank you for today's lecture. We can end here. I'm going to upload it on the system. Have a nice evening.